Let's talk about the monthly stats of April 2025 and how it's impacted us in May right now. So let's discuss about what's been happening. Probably sound like a broken record time and time again, as I mentioned the past few months, the fact that we're still in a market where it's very unsure, a very uncertain market right now. I mentioned before where you can see where this is going, but I didn't realize that there was so much uncertainty. I didn't realize how uncertain this market was. Now, what I'm mentioning is the fact that as of late right now, the market has shifted to being more of a long-term focus on where there is very low buyer confidence. Buyers right now, they're looking to be more reserved and more conservative when it comes to making the decisions and purchasing a home. They're taking longer, they're holding back because there's, as I mentioned earlier, uncertainties. What are those uncertainty factors? As you can see that we recently just had an election, electing a new government. Their policies, again, have yet to be firmed up and remain undisclosed and knowing what's going to happen and how it's going to impact us on everyday life. A second is the fact that, inflation's still here. There's a lot of things right now that impacts our bottom end line. Our daily expenses has really gone up. I think the only good thing we've seen so far is actually gas actually dropped, which is a plus for most people who are still not on that don't have a hybrid vehicle or don't have an electric vehicle. So that's a really great way. But everything else has really risen in price. Now, another impact is actually our discussion with our neighbors down south. With the heavy tariffs that's still impacting us, and with the new prime minister just recently had discussions, they're still under discussion. It appears the fact that President Trump has yet to cease on wanting to lift any of the tariffs that are being implemented on us right now. So a lot of those things have made many of buyers feeling very, very uneasy in wanting to make a large purchase. And also I've noticed that impacting throughout my friends and family, some of them have gone layoffs, lost their jobs, and so that doesn't really help with the current economic stance and confidence that we have right now. On top of it, sellers also aren't feeling that confident. If the buyer's not feeling confident, it leaves some of the sellers feeling less confident in wanting to sell their homes, as they're worried about leaving their homes on the market being stale and not as attractive. With that being said, with the interest rates being lowered, it does provide some semblance of some sellers still feeling confident and wanting to put their home up, but that could be due to various reasons in regards about what their current lifestyle is or what their current position in their life is right now. Now, another thing to consider is as sellers, they have to also understand there might be some trends going on where a lot of the buyers are being very conscious and wanting to only purchase homes at market price or even below assessment. Gone are the days of in 2017 where the market was super hot due to huge demand, and the same thing of when we saw during the pandemic. Those are the days. We will not be seeing those anytime soon. Still very fresh in our minds, the fact that a lot of buyers do not want to be in a heavy competitive market where you'll be overbidding, you'll be literally on the fence with a lot of buyers taking risks on having cash-free offers. Very rarely that happens. It does happen, but it's not going to be as aggressive as it was before. Now, sellers would have to be able to let go of that kind of idea that that's going to happen. Now, whether we've seen some activity, there has been activity, that's for sure, but it's very, what's the right word? It's very, very unpredictable because there are pockets of areas that have fluctuate and got really popular, sold really quickly, and for certain reasons of neighborhoods, types of homes, and just that timing. And those are those factors that's going to ensure that certain pockets are more popular than others, but there is no rhyme and reason. So it's very hard to determine why those places are popular than others and when will that next neighborhood hit. And with that being said, you won't be able to use those pockets to determine where the trend is, from what I can tell and from my understanding. So what does it mean for the rest of the real estate market? So just like as we all kind of assume or thought from based on what we've seen so far, again, it's just a wait and hold situation. We'll just keep our eye on it, and hopefully overall the economy will get better and it'll be better for the rest of us, and it will impact maybe in the real estate market on a positive note. And as for the remainder of the year, I think it will be the same as we've seen this current quarter of the year. And maybe we'll see a shift, maybe ideally end of the year of 2025, but if not, it will be 2026. So stay tuned. Let's look out to see what happens in May, because generally speaking, May tends to be in the upcycle of more demand and more activity, but we'll see. As we can say, this year, this current market is one of the most unpredictable and really uncertain time right now. So stay tuned, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.